The video broadcasts till the end of the week on like Friday all the way up to like midday Sunday. But today I decided to do a broadcast of The Fury of Dracula Digital Edition. I haven't fully explored all the stuff in this. I've played at least 8 to 10 games and won each of them. It's not bad, it's not great for some of them. Other things like playing as Dracula is fun as hell. But before we get into that, I'm going to show you the other things that you get. I bought this game just the other day, I think like Saturday evening, for like $8 on a discount. It's not bad. It's something really, I would say, consider picking up if you need, like, say, additional entertainment. However, currently we are looking at the settings. Game is currently in chat with us. He is currently AFK, however. He will be back momentarily. Right now, as you can see, I have a total of 10 wins, no losses, and most of which I have played as Dracula. One game I decided to play as both Dracula and one of the hunters, and one of all of the hunters. But, as you can see, we have currently in-game challenges to try to finish. We have managed to complete 2 of the non-timed challenges. We have completed 1 of the apparently 3 timed challenges. And this is our leaderboard situation right now, overall. This is with just, who's all ever played the game. La-di-da, top this, top that. I just thought since I had nothing better to do, that I would broadcast this, so it was kind of something I do intend to return to later on this coming weekend as well. I just thought it'd be good to kind of at least show you what I've been up to for a couple of days now, in my spare time when I'm not playing other games and not doing Red Dead Redemption. We are currently, for those of you who may not have joined in the last broadcast for Red Dead Redemption 2 story, we had made it to 30.1% completion. We do intend to return to that at a later time. This is just something to have in the downtime. We may as well get the tutorials out of the way. I already know the basics of how to play as Dracula, but in order to get an achievement, then we must complete all the tutorials. Yes, we know you can get a move. Let's see. I thought it'd be wise just to get the tutorials partially done while the game is MIA. I have told him of this, that he should probably pick this game up too. It is multiplayer. It's what it is. Like I said, we will be returning to our regular scheduled program later on, as in Red Dead Redemption 2 story, until it is completed. Following that, I do intend to play another longer game, such as maybe like XCOM 2, or something of that sort again, or maybe some more Civ, who knows. Maybe I'll even pull out a different game entirely, like, for example, what you want to call it, Final Fantasy Remake, perhaps. That is Final Fantasy VII. Or maybe I'll broadcast Deep Rock Galactic like me and Game were just doing a minute ago. So, currently, we are broadcasting the Dracula tutorial. I do intend to at least play one of the other tutorials if game is currently not back by the time this one's over. This tutorial isn't terrible. So far, it kinda does basics. It's not great. This takes way too long. Most of the time as I play as Dracula, I have either it close to done by the end of the first week. But that's usually when I start right next to one of the hunters and literally lay waste into that one hunter right off the get-go. We had finished the tutorial for Dracula just there. That's one tutorial done. Game is currently not back. Oh, that's just way too long. Alright, so let's just work on doing one singular tutorial now. We did the Dracula phase. I plan to do only one of these many other tutorials, I just realized. I just always have them go for a punch first. It's gotta be one of the most ridiculous things. It really just kind of proves a bad point. Yeah. So that's another tutorial done. That was just basic Hunter Dracula combat. Now let's just play the local game the way it normally is. As you can see, my favorite to play as is usually Dracula. It's the only one I really keep my thing on. It's just so much easier than the Hunter crap. I have played a little bit as one of the Hunters, like I said. I can also switch myself to be all of the characters, or two of the characters. It just makes things a lot more harder. So here's what I would normally do. I would look for the easiest to find Hunter. I don't even see what's his name, Dr. John Stewart anywhere. So I'm gonna use Van Helsing right there as my first offender to the situation. Oh, there he is, hiding way the frick up there. Aha, so he's running that way. Normally, while they're weak, I tried to find a way to get to the nearest one that's open to make the others start chasing towards the one character. Usually I'd keep that one as an ally, but because I would rather do the most damage now. It makes more sense just to show you rather than explain it. Normally I try to get them while they don't have anything. Sometimes I'll get lucky and sometimes I won't. My hope is to be able to catch these two, or these few of them, away from Van Helsing long enough for me to actually attack and take one of the few hunters out. But he seems to be running in a different direction. Which is not a terrible issue. Some of them are still not nearly as supplied as they could be. Typically, they're usually running from city to city away from each other. This is the first game I've actually seen them running toward one another. It kind of intrigues me.
Hello?
Welcome back, game. Welcome to the stream.
Nature called bad.
I guess. Right now I am playing as Dracula trying to chase down Van Helsing again. He was the most open hunter. Is currently the weakest hunter in health stats. However, he keeps running north of me as I am literally like right behind him. His teammates, however, are pushing southward and he's running northward. It's just kind of strange. It's the first time I've ever seen the hunters literally like group up single file like this. Normally they've got a hunter one all the way across the map, three spread out on one side of the map.
Yeah.
This is the first time they've been near one another in like since the first game. We finally caught up with Dr. Van Helsing.
Immediately, every time I hear how that name is pronounced, I start thinking of the old Dracula movies.
That's good, because this is what that's based on. Some of those really old ones, where Van Helsing's an old man.
Then he turns into a wolf, apparently, at some point.
Oh yeah, with Hugh Jackman? Yeah, no, I know.
That's the one I remember a lot. Either that's the one I always was able to see as a kid.
Mm-hmm. Right now, Van Helsing's got 2 health out of 8.
I read a comic book about him once. It was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It followed someone else, but rather than him, that he shows up later in the comic.
Yeah, that's usually how that goes.
But apparently a blessed cross or a coin can prevent that person from taking over, apparently, in that series. Weird.
We had just sent Van Helsing to a first defeat. Now Lord Godalming runs into us, and same with John Stewart. Oh, they're all in one spot. How interesting.
Oh, hey Vlad, you remember we were playing Deep Rock, right?
Yes. Wasn't that
Apparently,
long ago.
Yeah, if you find an Oktoberfest mug, it gives you double the performance points.
Oh, nice.
I found one. I'm like, what the heck is this? Maybe if I put in the meal. Like, as soon as I put it in, it's like, hey, you saved Oktoberfest. Double the performance points has been activated.
Oh. Might as well just hit Lord Godalming straight for both of those. He's gonna hit us for one. And what are the other two doing? Same thing.
If I were to recall correctly, you are basically the vampire hunting them down. Got it.
I am the vampire that they're trying to hunt down. And they all seem to want to go for fists first.
For who?
They want to use their fists, punching Dracula first. And it's just the weirdest thing. You would think they'd want to avoid that first.
It's the computer, so no.
Ooh, that was a tough shot, but yeah. This might be over faster than we anticipated, but no. He dodged. One knifed us. What's the other one got? That one dodged. Wasn't making much of a difference. Alright, so they can't use that again this turn. Now would be the chance to really kind of hit them one. They're the only ones who did dodge. He didn't dodge, so he might do that this turn. No, he went for a punch instead. Just gonna straight up claw him a couple of times. You know what? I'll switch it up though. And hit one of the other two. He's gonna hit us again. He's gonna hit us again. And she's gonna hit us again. Alright, so I have strength I can use. I'm gonna use it against him again, Lord Godalming. So we at least managed to counteract that. Oh, well then, that was not expected. Yeah, it's over, everybody. That was a quick one, and the first loss we actually had. Surprising. Never had that happen before.
What happened?
Well, they all seemingly had, like, guns and all of that already, and I was like, that's never happened.
Yeah,
now I guess I see why they all... That was really the actually first loss for the game I had. Every other time I have literally mopped the floor with them the first 3 turns. That is extremely unusual. We beat Van Helsing straight out the get-go, but the others seemingly had guns by the time they even reached his 3rd turn.
It seems like as soon as you killed Van Helsing, he's like, oh, we've had enough of this!
Yeah, and it was like, what the fuck? Okay, now they seemingly know where I'm starting. This is weird.
It's like, let's go punch him to death now! Do it!
Well, he came to me, so now I get to tear him apart first.
No weapon. They have no weapons. What a shame.
This is exactly what I was trying to do last time. Was straight off the get-go, because now he's right next to the city he'll be healing in if he is defeated this run. Which means, and you know what's also surprising? It is one step away from where we're currently fighting each other at. That's the smart thing to do. Dodge the first turn. Perfect thing. Cannot argue that one. That one's pretty stupid. The only time I ever see that punching thing actually worked was last time. And that's when they had the whole group there practically. You know what? Let's go for claws again. Oh, I think we might have just wiped them. Nope, we're still in combat.
Well, I guess you have to become stronger before they become smarter.
No, basically I have to just outmatch them. That last match was literally the first time I had ever lost in this. And I kid you not, it's simply because they had 3 of them at once. And they literally...
they all got guns immediately when they saw you.
Yeah, so the last thing they did, one had a gun, one had a knife, one did literally just punched him to death. I just have not seen that happen before. Oh, he escapes with that last hit. My character now only having suffered 1 damage. Now they can't really go nowhere. They just have to gear up again. Now it's my turn. You know what? I'll move that way. Yep. Now they assume I'm in the city, right? One of the cities that is just a step out of the way. That's just weird. Why do they assume I was right where... That's messed up.
Maybe, I'm guessing it's the AI thinking you would have probably tried to get yourself stronger.
Well, here's the thing. Lord Godalming was just in that city.
Huh?
If they move from that city, he's gotta be there now since we're not there. And I'm like...
Well, I guess you're on the other side of the country.
I'm literally in the opposite city. If they had went one city straight out to the left, or not the left, upper right from where that city is, they would have found me.
They would have found you.
I'm in the city now which is the hospital of the region. Seriously.
So they ignored the medical city, begging for vampire hunter help. Got it.
Basically. Literally every step on the trail from this point forward, unless, you know, they decided to... Nope. Sorry, I got cut off because they were moving.
No, you're fine.
He could have just taken one little extra trip to Vienna, which is the city I just reached, and they would have found me. Now if Van Helsing moves, he's going to be ambushed 3 ways to Sunday. Budapest has a vampire, the city I'm in has me in it, the city he's in, Van Helsing's in now, is also got a small trick up its sleeve on its own.
If I ever call another monster?
No, it's just a delay. But if he takes a step forward, depending which way he goes, he'll run into another monster to fight.
Which you want to have happen, right?
And they just realized, oh hey, local rumor, I'm sitting in one city in between them all.
How?
Dead giveaway. Dead giveaway with an event. I'm not hidden because I'm staring them right in the face.
You're just standing there dumbfounded, like, how are you this dumb? How?
So, yeah, literally. How did they not even just decide to take one step to a different city? And still...
I don't mean to cut you off. I'm expecting your reaction as you're the vampires, like, you guys are so dumb. Like, what is that? If you went one moment that way from that one city straight to this one, you would have found me.
Far faster than using a rumor card to find you.
Literally.
Yep. Right now, Wow, I have lost all faith in this AI system right now.
Are they being dumb again?
Absolutely. Twice in a row now they've tried to literally punch me second turn out the gate.
Quick, knock him out so we can study him. What?
Downside is, that doesn't help anything. Dodge, punch, dodge. Let me guess, escape card, right? No, actually they stood and fought this time. Still another punch, but still. You would think, as if punching me didn't work. Dodging barely did anything. What else? You know what? This is about what I'm gonna end up doing anyway. Bless you.
Thank you.
Squadala, we are off. We're back at it again. No? Oh, that's surprising. Now we're at it again. I'm sure they're probably going to aim for a punch first for one of them at least. If not, well, they're going to both dodge. One dodged. What's the other one do? Typical AI for you, everyone. Typical. So, if she didn't dodge last time, she's going to try and go combat this time. I outsmart the game in its own design. You know what? Let's just keep going with the same one. We can suffer 1 damage. Doesn't really do anything in that particular instance. I know exactly who to use this on. Trying to escape, are ye? Not happening. Might as well go all out on the claws this time around. Same person. Got him. 1 down.
And let me guess, they respawn too after a while?
Ah yes, they respawn like 2 turns later in a nearby hospital once you defeat them.
So basically, if you knew who to take out first, like a player, that would be the best fit that knows it, right?
Right. It's usually how that works. Twice now he's tried to use crucifix on us. And now he goes for a punch. No, Lord Godalming. He's trying to use...
the first few attempts.
When I was attacking his teammate, he would use crucifix. Now... You know what? It's just better off I just mystify. Get out of here. We took out 1. That's all we really need to do for this fight. Ooh, he got us with that. So we ain't going yet. Well, we still leave. Combat's only 6 turns. We managed to defeat his 1 teammate. Mina is now MIA for a turn or 2.
So what does the crucifix do to you in the game?
Well, if I were to go in and try to bite him with that, it would do us damage. Now,
damage, basically?
Yes. But if we had happened to be using our mist, which we were trying to do at the time, it kept us from leaving combat.
Ah. So basically a screw you Uno card, got it.
Basically. It didn't matter either way. Usually the combat only goes 6 turns and then you leave anyway.
To make it fair, basically. I get it.
Well, usually the combat only lasts 6 turns. Simply why, I don't know, it's just how that goes. But usually on 6 dealings of combat you have to at least rest up and whatnot.
So basically everyone just gives up.
Yeah, everyone kind of takes a stalemate kind of deal.
It's like, I'll get you next time. We'll see about that.
Yeah, basically how that cartoonish goes. Now, Lord Godalming Half-Life is taking on a new vampire with 6 health. And the first thing he does is go for a punch.
I was off by a moment then.
Let's try to hit him again with claws. What does he do this time? Let me guess. Dodge. No, crucifix, same difference. No big deal though.
He's trying to prove his worth by killing a vampire with his bare hand.
And he's failing miserably right about now.
Yeah,
he couldn't fight Dracula. He couldn't fight this character so far. He's basically getting his ass ringed out right now. Pardon my bad language.
You gotta give him credit, though, for trying.
Trying and failing because he just got himself bitten by the vampire with trying to punch it again.
That's when the
If the
vampire
crucifix didn't work, then why would the fist?
If the Lord didn't work, fuck it, fist. How about that better of a saying?
Good show. He actually managed to pull that off with a knife at the end. Oh, and we're still going. No, we're still going with 2 health on that one.
Oh, he almost killed you.
Yeah, his 1 to R2. Was not expecting him to pull the knife out on that one. We still managed to kick his ass, though. He goes in for a final punch while we're using strength. Lord Godalming is down as well.
So let me guess, how do you restore health? By feeding, right?
Yes. Dracula has multiple ways, but all the other encounters have to do it in combat. Say the new vampire we were just doing.
You can heal as much as you want. Got it.
Yeah. The new vampires and the reckless ones have to sustain in combat. AKA heal by attacking our opponents, taking their life. Now, that's not to say while Dracula's out and about, he can actually just go and feed on a town and heal himself.
Oh, you know what game you know what anime would have been fun as a game? Hellsing Ultimate and Abridged.
They are animes.
But you know what I mean, as a game. Like, get them a game of their own.
I think there is similars, but there's also 101 other games that also are attributed to it. Oh, well that's good. We get to make 2 turns. How interesting.
That's rude.
For now, they are, yes. I'm going to quickly put that into play. Unearthly Swiftness is now in play. We managed to take a load off on John Stewart. Now we're going to move to Nuremberg, which is now in Germany. We upgrade or make our first layer. We are now hidden again. Lord Godalming is now in a hospital somewhere. Mina is finally returned from the hospital in Budapest.
Is that just... I think about it, if you get killed by a vampire, why would they let you live?
It's basically him trying to be sympathetic towards his opponents.
Yeah. But I'm talking about the other underlings below him. I'm like, why would they let them live?
They follow their lord's whims.
Alright.
It's basically a code of honor.
You know me, I hardly understand the vampire laws, but I'm learning.
Technically, it's not really a law. It can be avoided. It's just...
You know what I mean. The codes or whatever they want to call it. I don't know why
it's more of a nobility standard. Maybe, in some sense, you would be like, okay, they've met their defeat once. They'll give up. Leave them be.
And they keep coming, what the fuck?
Yeah, they keep coming, then we'll keep killing them and sending them back.
You think it was that merciful, like, in the series?
What do you mean, in the actual story?
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright.
And no, technically. There are certain instances, yes, there are certain instances where he was, and certain instances where he was not. I do have those stories behind me, by the way.
Alright.
For those of you who may not be aware, the game we are currently facing is based on an old novel written by an Irish writer.
A very good one, I may say.
And he did it without ever having set foot in the country, first off. Second of all, it is by looking at old maps that he actually got the layout of the land for his story. Now, I will say the stories aren't terrible. It is in journal format. If you don't know what that is, I would recommend you at least try to look it up. It's an old way of writing books and things to so
Third
on.
person, am I right? You're basically watching the story
retelling
through someone else's.
Yes, you're basically retelling what someone else has already been through.
I'm surprised I figured that one out.
Good on you.
I do know there's much older writing styles, but who says history kept that alive?
Actually, if I'm not mistaken, that is one of the oldest forms, which is journaling. It's a first tell from the person who wrote it to someone new, who may never have read it before. What the actual oldest form of writing would be, not the type of writing, which is, the lettering or whatever, the hieroglyphs and that, but the type is what that is. Actual writing style refers to, if I'm not mistaken, documentation, which is, here's what we did on this day, this is what we need to do, this is this.
Like, here's a list, follow this list.
This is the most notable form. There is one older, which is, like I said, hieroglyphs or wall paintings.
Yeah.
Those are the older ones.
And who knows, maybe there was some older ones, but no one can tell. Time's a cruel mistress.
Time is actually not so cruel if you think about it.
Yeah.
It's all about how you look at it. If you look at it in a cruel way, it becomes that.
Well,
so he's come back for a
stuff.
second attempt at the new vampire that took his life last time.
He's dedicated to kill that bastard.
He's at least dedicated to try. And he's already off on the wrong foot. Started everybody with what?
Fist.
A fist. Yes.
How old is this game?
The original series was, I want to say, a couple decades ago. The actual board game itself. But this game isn't, the digital edition, which is what we're doing right now, isn't very old. There's at least 4 installments of the board game, if not 5. There's also the one digital, which we are currently playing, that I'm aware of. And this is Fury of Dracula 2, 3, 4, and 5, possibly. I know I heard winds of the 5th edition, but I didn't see it. Also, we have the digital, which we're playing currently. So, Lord Godalming has gotten pretty bloody from this combat already. But he's finally managed to kill the new vampire that took his life last time. But at a great cost.
So basically he has to head back to a doctor and get healed up again.
He's left with 5 life on that note. And Dr. John Seward just managed to run into another encounter of ours. He gets to fight the first reckless vampire of the game. Let's see how well he fares. First thing he does, punch. against claws. 2 damage for 1 damage. He took 2 to deal 1. Let's see what he does against strength. Not very effective, I might add. Tries to pull out a crucifix, which proves unuseful at best. Now, since we are out of combat cards, we might as well attempt to escape as a bat. Yep, we successfully... Oh! He somehow managed to hit us. We are still in combat then.
Somehow?
Mm-hmm, because they punched us instead. And they're keeping us in combat with a crucifix. When we escape is missed. Attempted to. Well, I guess we just go back in with another set of claws. And he tries to punch us. He took 2 again to deal us 1. Not seeming very much in your favor there, Mr. John Stewart. We escape as bad as he tries to use a crucifix on us. He is left with 3 health. We left them with a lot of struggle right there, everyone. This was not... Actually, that's not bad either. Pounce. On Van Helsing. Van Helsing is now MIA.
Basically, you dropped him?
I used a trick card on him. It says Great Wolf was an effect that we could have used. If we pounced on an unexpecting hunter without a deflection card, it deals them 4 damage. Or we could have continuously kept it as an ally to do 1 damage over a small course of turns.
Basically, use the wolf to lead him astray. Got it.
When I used the wolf in the pounce form, I left it right on Van Helsing, who only had 4 health.
So it basically instant him.
It dropped him, yeah. Exactly. So I advanced our board from 3 to 4, basically, and it went skyrocketing up to 6 for our influence. Haha! Intriguing.
That performance boost is basically your level up weird thing. I forget what it's called.
The influence board is our power against the hunters, and basically it tells us if we advance it to 13, we win.
Oh, sorry, I was talking about the game I'm playing, sorry.
Oh, no worries. He tries to punch the Reckless again, and takes 2 damage. Let us try that again to deal him another few damage. We may lose the Reckless Vampire doing this, but... Nope. We managed to deal him an extra 2 damage. He is down to 1 damage, 1 health. We hit him, we hit him. We don't, we don't. Right now it's up to 1 and 1. 1 health to 1 health. And we successfully take out Dr. John Seward again. Another hunter down, is what I mean by that. We have officially, I think, beaten every hunter once. Dr. Van Helsing just ran into our other Reckless Vampire. He dodges on his first round. Good choice. What does he have up his sleeve against a set of fangs this time around? He tries to punch us, and that goes to his downfall a little. He is now marked, but he deals us 1 damage. Let us mesmerize him if he tries to escape, or one of the many other situations. He tries to escape, so we keep him from fleeing combat by mesmerizing him. Now we must use a plotting card, because we are out of attack moves. He manages to hit us for damage. It's not a big deal. We have a bit of strength we can use. We'll probably try to escape again. He dodges. That's not a terrible move either. Let's go in for claws this time. So he will get to escape this time, but he will still take some damage. He is down to half health. And it's a good thing he managed to escape, otherwise if he had been defeated, it would have been over. Why? Because as you can see, defeating Dr. John Seward put our influence track up to 10. And it didn't do him much good to escape because he's just back at it again. What does he do this time? Against claws off the bat. He dodges. It's not terrible. At least some of the AIs are kind of smart right off the get-go.
Yeah.
Let's see what he does against fangs. I'm sure he's probably going to pull something sneaky. No, he goes for a punch. Bad on his part. But it's a good thing.
That means you just dodge his punch and just bite his arm.
Yeah, basically he just punches us for 1, we deal him 2. He's down to a single hit either way, fangs or strength, and we have at least 2 if he doesn't pull anything out on us. He escapes again. He escapes with 2 health. Another time round.
He's like, I bet. He's like Father Ancient, I better prepare more for this monster.
And he's only fighting the reckless monster he stumbled upon earlier. I have a
He
couple
stumbles
of those
upon it
out.
again. I am ready. Gets his ass kicked.
It basically, he goes in first time, gets his rear end pretty much handed to him, leaves, has to do it again the following evening, just to end up escaping in within that last hit. Berlin, Hamburg, Cologne, or Frankfurt? Let's see, what do I feel like hitting? I'll hit Berlin. We are now at our max layers, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, we are. That should be 3 layers.
Vlad.
Nope, 2. My bad.
In Deep Rock Galactic, I got a mod for my rifle. It makes it fully automatic now.
Nice.
Like, I can tap the trigger as fast as I want now. That's amazing.
So they managed to survive that last run, but I don't think it'll do them good for too much longer. I make one more move and advance that track even once, I think, and it's just about over. Ooh. Dr. John Stewart takes on the Reckless Vampire today. Him and Van Helsing are in the same place. Knowing how he's handled things, let's go for Claws first. No, he didn't do his usual one-punch routine.
It's like he's getting smarter.
It is. Now let's go for the Claws again, a second time, and see what he does. He goes for the punch the second time.
He's like, I'll get him in the second round of fists.
We claw him once, he hits us once, 2 to 1. His 2 are 1 damage. Let's use some strength, see what he does. It's 3rd round. He's gonna dodge. Let's mesmerize him if we can. He'll probably go for a punch or an escape route. He went for the punch. Well, he might be able to take out the Reckless Vampire if he's lucky. But I doubt it.
Yeah, if he's lucky.
And we're down to 1 health to his 7. He's dodged most of our attacks. But he chose to dodge when we were escaping as a bat. Now Mina Harker runs into our 3rd Reckless Vampire. What does she start with against Claws? Probably a dodge, let me guess. No, she went for the punch. Two to 1. Not a very efficient strategy. You know what? Let's just try to get this one out of there. Finish it before, things get too ugly. Nope. Well played. First actual vampire killed. Straight out the get-go. Mina beats one of the Reckless vampires first time on the gate. Dies to Dracula, but manages to beat one of the Recklesses. It is impressive. Unlike these other idiots over here. So, I'm assuming he's gonna try a similar tactic. Not the tactic I assumed he was going for. But still, we beat his punch with our own strength. Probably gonna do a dodge, right? No, he tried to escape. We're still being able to bite him on that one. He's still gonna get to escape, but with a great cost again. That's one vampire who keeps to fight another day. And Van Helsing tries to take on afterward. Very intriguing. So he's probably gonna go for a dodge right off the get-go. Let's use the claws first, so. Or did it kinda... Yep, he was gonna go for the dodge first. Now what he does this round is gonna literally depend all on how he handles a bite. He went for the punch, and he suffers the 2 to deal us 1. We're back to where we were to begin with. Healed, then lost the 1. Van Helsing is down to 2 health. We should mesmerize him in case he tries to flee. We can suffer 1 additional damage if necessary. No, he did try to leave. The mesmerize will keep him from doing this. A very intriguing situation. Let's try to bulk strength him and finish him off. He did go for the punch and he suffers the damage. And that should be game right there. It is. Van Helsing is the final death blow. The hunter's scenario is over. The influence track has reached 13. Not bad for an hour video, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this edition of Fury of Dracula, digital edition. I hope you'll tune in sometime this coming weekend. We'll probably be doing another round of Fury of Dracula, and then probably switch back to Red Dead for a while. Or, who knows, we may jump into something else for a little while, just to kind of break away from the huge. But thank you all for tuning in.
It's good to have different things.
Right. Thank you for joining us, Tim, and thank you, and hopefully, or Game, thank you. Hopefully you all join again next time.